The emergency beacon pierced through the silence of the Terran medical facility like a wounded animal's cry. Captain Jake Morrison pushed through the sterile corridors, his boots echoing against polished floors as he followed the urgent summons to Bay 7. What he found there defied everything he thought he knew about alien biology. She lay on the medical table, her elongated limbs folded awkwardly beneath emergency restraints. Pointed ears jutted from beneath waves of silver hair that seemed to shimmer with an inner light. Her skin held a pale luminescence, almost translucent, revealing the delicate network of vessels beneath. But it was her eyes that stopped Jake cold. Large violet orbs filled with pain and something else he recognized immediately: abandonment. "Status report," Jake demanded, approaching the lead medic. Dr. Williams looked up from his scanner, shaking his head grimly. "She's stable for now, but barely. Multiple fractures, internal bleeding, and something our equipment can't identify. Some kind of energy poisoning. Her ship was found drifting in the neutral zone, life support failing." "Species?" "We're calling them Silvani. This is our first contact with their kind. Intelligence suggests they're some sort of forest-dwelling species from the Andromeda spiral. What's strange is that she appears to be royalty of some kind. The markings on her clothing, the quality of her technology." Jake studied the unconscious figure. Even injured and vulnerable, she carried herself with an unmistakable dignity. Her breathing was shallow but steady, and occasionally her lips would move as if speaking in dreams. "Where's her escort?" "Her people?" Dr. Williams' expression darkened. "That's the problem, Captain. We sent out diplomatic signals when we found her. Her people responded, but they refused to come for her." "Refused?" Jake's voice carried a dangerous edge. "Apparently, she's been marked as contaminated by human contact. Their cultural representative was very clear. Princess Lydia is no longer welcome among her people." The name hung in the air like a challenge. Princess Lydia. Left to die because she had been touched by human hands, breathed human air, existed in human space. Jake felt something cold and angry settle in his chest. Throughout his career, he had seen the worst that species could do to each other, but this casual abandonment of their own people struck him as particularly cruel. What are her chances? Without proper Silvani medical care? Maybe 40%. Her biology is too different from ours. We're doing what we can, but we're essentially guessing. Jake nodded slowly, making a decision that would change everything. "Transfer her to my personal quarters. I want round-the-clock monitoring and the best care we can provide. Sir, the regulations state—" "I don't care about regulations, Doctor. No one gets abandoned on my watch. No one." The next 3 days blurred together in a haze of medical readings and quiet vigils. Jake found himself spending more time in his quarters than on the bridge, watching over the princess as she drifted between consciousness and fever dreams. When she was awake, her violet eyes would track his movements with a mixture of wariness and curiosity. On the 4th day, she spoke. "Why?" Her voice was like wind through leaves, soft but carrying surprising strength. Jake looked up from his data pad. "Why what?" "Why do you tend to me when my own people have cast me out?" He considered the question carefully. "Because it's the right thing to do. Because no one deserves to be abandoned when they're hurt." She studied his face with those remarkable eyes. "Your species has a reputation among the stars, you know. Some call you savage, others call you unpredictable. But there are whispers of something else, that humans will stand by those who have no one else." "Maybe that's true. Maybe that's what makes us human." Princess Lydia attempted to sit up, wincing as her injuries protested. Jake moved to help her, supporting her weight as she adjusted to a more comfortable position. "My people believe that contact with other species weakens our connection to the forest worlds. They think I am now tainted, unable to commune with the ancient trees or hear the songs of the growing things." "Are you?" She was quiet for a long moment, then extended one pale hand toward a small potted plant on Jake's desk. For several seconds, nothing happened. Then, slowly, the plant began to glow with a soft green light, its leaves unfurling as if touched by spring sunshine. "The gift remains," she whispered, wonder in her voice. "It remains." Jake felt something shift in the room, as if the air itself had become charged with possibility. Then they were wrong about you. Yes. Her voice grew stronger. They were wrong about many things. Over the following weeks, Princess Lydia's recovery accelerated. Her natural healing abilities, combined with human medical care, proved more effective than anyone had predicted. But more than her physical healing, Jake watched her spirit return. She began to move through the ship with growing confidence, learning about human culture with the same intensity she had once applied to royal duties. The crew, initially uncertain about their alien guest, soon grew protective of her. Her gentle manner and obvious gratitude won over even the most skeptical among them. She learned their names, asked about their families, and slowly began to find her place among them. When the call came from Sylvanie Space, Jake wasn't surprised. Captain. Morrison, the alien diplomat's image flickered on the view screen. We understand that you still harbor the contaminated royal. We are prepared to negotiate for her return. Jake looked at Princess Lydia, who stood beside him on the bridge. Her jaw was set, her violet eyes hard with determination. I'm afraid you're mistaken, Jake said calmly. Princess Lydia is not contaminated. She's not cargo to be negotiated for, and she's not going anywhere she doesn't want to go. This is unacceptable. She belongs to her people. No, Lydia stepped forward, her voice carrying new authority. I belong to myself, and I choose to remain with those who stood by me when I had nothing. The diplomat's expression twisted with disgust. Then you are truly lost to us. No, Lydia smiled, and Jake saw in that expression the strength that had carried her through. Abandonment and recovery. I am finally found. As the communication ended, Jake felt a hand slip into his. Lydia's touch was warm, real, and full of possibility. Thank you, she said simply. For what? For showing me that family isn't always about blood or species. Sometimes it's about choice. Sometimes it's about staying when everyone else leaves. Jake squeezed her hand gently, looking out at the stars that no longer seemed quite so foreign or distant. Welcome home, Princess. In the depths of space, a new alliance was born, not between governments or species, but between individuals who understood that sometimes the greatest act of courage is simply refusing to abandon hope.